Yo, Philly 254 living life. Back at it. So today we're taking a look at a game that released earlier this month. I believe it was the 9th. It's called Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days. So this is by obviously from the insinuation a zombie-based game. But it is not first person or anything like that. Not third person. It's straight side scroller. Side scroller. Think of like I don't know. Think of Fallout Shelter. Think of like Fallout Shelter, but it also has some actual side scrolling missions, but it isn't like action packed. Isn't like Castlevania or a Metroid or anything like that. It's you kind of sneaking around, but in a side scrolling kind of way. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. There was a game. Oh man, I can't even remember what it came out. What it was. It came out on like Xbox 360 like a long time ago, and the Xbox was it? I forgot what they called it, 360 arcade or something like that. But it was a side scroller game that kind of had kind of mixed in stealth and Metroidvania type characteristics. It's kind of like that, but take out the Metroidvania part. I mean, it's kind of slow paced Metroidvania, I guess, but it's more stealth. Like you're not in here to jump on these zombies and beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So what you're looking at right now is just me kind of playing the tutorial a little bit. I kind of put it on here just that way it's not giving away too much of the story, but you kind of get an idea of how the game plays. This is me kind of roaming around trying to figure shit out. Now, I'm playing it on the Steam Deck. It does have graphical settings, which the graphical settings were set to high. So if I remember correctly, it was running around 40 frames per second when it was set to high. On default, I think they were set to low. I just set it to high because I'm like, it's a side scroller. How bad can it get? I didn't really feel like it was too sluggish at 40 frames per second. It's a side scroller. It's not a first person shooter. It's not a fighting game. So, and it's not super fast paced. So, I was cool with that. So what you got to do, basically, I'm gonna give you a basic premise of the game. It's a zombie outbreak. It's time-wise, it's based in the 80s, 1980 to be exact. And it's also based in Texas, which is guaranteed why I had to go ahead and pick it up. Because guess what? I'm from Texas. I had to go ahead and represent. So this is 1980 Texas. I wasn't born in 1980, so I don't recognize. I don't even. What town is this shit? I don't know what town it is. But yeah, it was 1980s Texas. So I wasn't born in 1980, but I was born in the 80s. So therefore, I had to kind of represent. Now the gameplay loop kind of seems to be. You start off at your base, your shelter. Let's start from the very beginning. You do pick two. Now you see me swinging and doing shit randomly because I'm trying to figure out what does what. You do pick two survivors to start off with. You have your choice. It's in pairs, so it's not a custom creation kind of thing. You just pick your two survivors. I picked the football coach or whatever, and then the pupil, the student or whatever. And each person has their strengths and weaknesses. Think of like, again, Fallout Shelter. One person may not sleep well, so they're irritable, and therefore they need more rest during the day or whatever. That kind of stuff. I chose, so what you want to do is choose one person to kind of do whatever they gotta do at the base, home base, whatever, and then you take control of the other person, and then you kind of go out and scavenge, which is what I'm trying to do right now. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And as you see, I'm just kind of doing a little extra because I'm trying to figure out what does what. This game does work with controller. It's controller native, so that's definitely a plus, especially considering it is a side scroller. So that's definitely a plus. All the buttons felt pretty good and everything. Combat, but then again, it's not meant to be super crazy. But the combat is pretty basic. Either you sneaking up on zombies or you're just slugging it out. And when I say slugging it out, you push your punch button, they do their punch or grab. You do that a little bit. There's a little dodge, so you can dodge their little lunge, and then counter with another punch, and usually they go down. And usually they may take one more punch or one more attack to the ground. What's kind of throwing me? So when you go in, I don't know if this is going to be any huge bearing, but I open and close. I close doors behind me, just kind of using common sense. So anyway, let me get back to the gameplay loop. The gameplay loop is basically you have one person at your base doing whatever they got to do at the base. You kind of assign them a little duty or whatever, fixing the barricades or whatever. And then the other person you take control of, and you just go scavenge and look for whatever you need to look for as far as supplies and whatnot. And most likely other survivors. I'm still rocking with 2 survivors, but I'm strongly under the I guess the perception that there will be multiple survivors, and it will kind of cause a whole thing, just like Fallout Shelter. If you ever played Fallout Shelter, you know, you're just basically managing your shelter with all your different survivors. There is no actual searching and scavenging. It's just managing the shelter. That's kind of the shelter part of this. And then from there, you go out and scavenge. And if you see like a little telescope or some shit like that, I say telescope, but you know, you take a look at that, and it opens up some more areas you can kind of, that's on the map for you to kind of locate and, you know, travel to. There is no travel distance. Like, it doesn't show you traveling and trying to survive. It's just basically you just teleported there. You do your thing in that level, and then you walk. You basically start at one end, you walk all the way out to the other end, and then you're out. You're done. You back at home base, and you got to do whatever repairs, do whatever healing you meant to do, and then you do whatever. You do have to manage your people, so that you got to manage. You know, from what I could tell, manually tell them go to bed, go eat, that kind of thing. It may be more automated as the game progresses, but for now, again, I'm only rocking the first 2 people. I had to manually tell them to go to bed and go eat. Now, when you're scavenging, you don't have infinite inventory or whatnot, so you can't just take everything you want. You will reach a point where, oh, I gotta choose what I want to keep. This, I want to drop that, I want to take that back. We don't have this at home. We got plenty of these though. You know, that kind of, you gotta start making those kind of choices, those kind of thought processes. There's a little workbench for you to kind of put things together to combine them into whatever tools or, you know, weapons you may need. Weapons do have durability. Speaking of weapons, they do have durability. So I think you saw when I took down that zombie, I think it was right there, when I took that one zombie down with a stealth takedown, I had some scissors to do it, and the scissors broke instantly. Later on in this little tutorial, you'll see me grab an axe or whatever. Now, the thing about your home-based shelter or whatever is, the whole time you're doing this, zombies are outside the door trying to beat their way in. I think you heard me earlier saying do repairs or whatever. You're repairing your barricades to make sure zombies don't come in and, you know, fuck up the whole show. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, you got to manage the safety of your base, with also going out to get supplies and other survivors and locate in other areas you can actually visit. Now, you will get an option, which this is a tutorial again, you will get the option to transport or change bases, get a new base or whatever, which I will do here in a few minutes. And it took me a minute to kind of figure out what I was supposed to do, because I was under the impression that once you clear out a base, because when you want to take a new base, you have to clear it out. Whenever you clear out a base, then there's like a button or bench or something you go in to make it your new base. No, you just leave, just like you do whenever you get your supplies or whatnot. Now, from what I understand, this is early access, so there will be much more. But I think I kind of just basically gave you the gameplay loop for the most part. It's still fun, though. Don't get me wrong. It's still fun, but they're going to have to spice it up just a little bit, because I can see after a while it may start to get a little old. But, of course, the base management system will probably give it the teeth that it really needs. So I'm just waiting on that. I'm waiting on that. So far, though, it's still fun. Still a really fun game. I'm enjoying it. It's real slow pace, so you kind of want to chill and play something and kind of do your thing, you can. Again, I'm playing this on the Steam Deck. Plays flawless and no issues whatsoever. I maxed out the graphics. Let me know in the comments. Have you tried it out? Have you tried it on the Steam Deck? Have you been playing it? Have you been thinking about it? Is this even your style of game? Maybe it's not. I don't know. Just let me know what you think. As far as I'm concerned, pretty fun game. I'm gonna keep playing it, see what's going on. Hopefully they keep updating, adding features, adding things to it, and just kind of making it more full, giving it more things to do, giving you more things to do outside of the base when you're actually going to visit other areas. One thing I noticed that, and you may have noticed it on the very first area I went to, was there was a zombie in the background. Couldn't mess with him. Couldn't touch her. Couldn't kill her. Couldn't stop her. She's just there. It's like she's just background noise. I was like, okay, that's cool, I guess, but whatever. But I think I saw that in the base too. Saw a zombie just chilling. I'm like, the new base I'm gonna try to get to, and I'm like, well, is this gonna be a problem later? So, one thing you gotta know is when you go to like a door, most doors are already closed from the jump. Some doors may be open. When you go to a door and it's closed, you can kind of peek to the little keyhole. I guess it uses like your flashlight for a little light. You kind of get an idea of what's going on in there. You can already usually hear the zombie in the next room if there is a zombie in the next room. But you kind of peek and see, get an idea of how many is in there. and then before you kind of do what you got to do, take care of business. But it's pretty neat. And then again, like I said, I close doors behind me. You will come across some doors that are barricaded, and that's where the whole Metroid kind of situation goes, where you gotta probably go up a stair, and then go across and go back down, because you can kind of move the camera around slightly to kind of look above and below you a little bit. So that's definitely a thing. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. I would say check it out. Is there a demo? I think there is a demo. I might be wrong. I'm looking it up right now. Is there a demo? Yeah. It's a demo. So yeah, there is a demo. So you can you don't even have to pay for it if you don't want to. Check out the demo. If you like it, you can buy it and get into it. Let me know if you have. But as always, if you like more Steam Deck news, walkthroughs, gameplay, guides, like and subscribe. Cruise through the playlist. And I'm out. Well, I'm not all the way out. I'm gonna let this keep rocking until it finishes up the little tutorial. But after that, I'm out.